Hi universe! It's me again, Sonya from anitasonya.com. Welcome to 100 Days Live with Sonya. And today again we have another beautiful lady as our guest speaker. She's the expert in about productivity, right? Energetic and creative international speaker, author, and coach. And today we are going to talk about productivity again because it is very important today in our condition how to stay productive and improve the result of being productive, right? So it's not only busy, busy, busy every day, but without any result. So we are going to talk about how to increase your productivity using curiosity and a smartphone camera. I don't know what that means. Then I'm going to ask our expert today. And Janet Caliri, welcome to 100 Days Live with Sonya.
Thank you, Sonya. This has been really fun watching you over the last several days, or I don't know how many days you're on now, but thank you for having me.
Thank
It's been
you.
fun. Yeah,
Thank you. Actually, today is the 51st, already. More than a half.
51st.
Yay!
Halfway there.
And you asked me to speak slowly. Yeah, sometimes I speak very fast because also it happens to you that you have the traumatic brain injury. What happened actually? How is that happening?
Yeah, I have a traumatic brain injury, so thank you for speaking a little slower. Um,
Mm-hmm.
last
No
year,
problem.
last year
Mm-hmm.
in mid-January, I
Mm-hmm.
went unconscious twice. And I gave myself two major concussions. So I used my photographic process, visible transitions, to help me heal, but mostly
Mm-hmm.
to help me stay calm and in the parasympathetic nervous state so I can heal.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's kind of it in a nutshell. So I've been healing since then, and I want to, publicly thank my community of people and strangers that stepped up to help me last year. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I've slowed down my business, but I'm actually more productive because productivity is not about go 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 do do do. It's about
Mm-hmm.
having the capacity to serve and to give and to create. So I'll be putting my sunglasses on and off today.
Yeah, no problem.
Sensitivity
And
to light.
and then when it happened, did you ask for the specialist to help you out, or this is also because you try to heal yourself also?
Yeah, I mean, um, I saw a couple of doctors, but mainly for traumatic brain injury.
Mm-hmm.
In my
Mm-hmm.
opinion, is a lot of rest and darkness, like being in
Mm-hmm.
dark, wearing sunglasses, protecting yourself from light. I I went and received craniosacral therapy, and
Mm-hmm.
that was my savior. So I received traditional craniosacral therapy, and then I received biodynamic style,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
it really helped with my migraines and acupuncture, cupping, a little bit of massage, and a lot of love from my friends and my family. Just a lot of rest, lots and lots and lots of rest.
Mm-hmm. And then,
Mhm.
sorry that you have been through that. And then also, how is your condition now? Because I see that you are getting busy again with your, with your client, something like that.
No, no. As I was saying, I've actually slowed down in my business, so
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I'm still working one on one with private clients, and actually, I
Mm-mm.
have a few openings. And I'm speaking. I'm doing a lot of speaking because it's easy for me, and it doesn't require a lot of output and preparation. Yet I can impact a lot of people through speaking. And then my workshops and my
Mm-hmm.
programs and my monthly leadership luncheons are all on hiatus. So my productivity is really around being in my right brain and creating,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, and being in nature, lots of nature. Right now I'm in the desert.
Oh, which
Yeah,
desert?
New Mexico.
Oh, so it is a kind of holiday for you also. Not only trying to hear yourself, but also you are in holiday.
Um, what I'm calling it is a soul tour.
Oh,
I'm honoring my
mm,
soul, what my soul wants, which is what my body and my brain want. And
mm,
it wanted the desert. So yeah, again, I mean, I'm still working, but like 25% instead of 100.
mm.
And again, lots of rest. And I'm really having a lot of breakthroughs. And I've never been happier.
Congratulations.
I've never
Very
been happier in
happy.
my whole life. I actually feel the freest I've ever felt.
Very happy to know that, And then also in today, we talk about increase your productivity using your curiosity and also using a mobile phone or smartphone. And then what do you
Yes.
mean by using curiosity and mobile phone? Ta-da!
Curiosity. This is
Big
Mark.
question mark.
This is Mark. And the smartphone camera. Yeah,
Mm,
so we've been enslaved to technology that was intended to liberate us. And visible transitions, my photo process actually shows you how to take back your personal power and connection and productivity using
mhm,
curiosity and a smartphone camera.
mhm.
And this process helps to de escalate stress and
Yes.
trauma, and it enhances creativity. And so when we abide in a state of curiosity, it's weird because
Mhm,
the image is backwards. When we abide in a state of curiosity, we're more present and we're more open
mhm.
rather than reactive and off-putting. So just right there, being open and present is productive in and of itself. And so through this photo process that I have, we can confidently meet conditions that trigger resistance, the upset, and the tension with enhanced awareness and alignment. So when you know, like when you have an awareness that you're triggered, you can manage that, and therefore that trigger doesn't take over your life, and it doesn't take over your focus and your concentration. You can also easily increase your productivity and vitality, right? And through curiosity as well, you can communicate more effectively and confidently. So, again, productivity is not always about doing. And
Yeah.
for me, right now, it's more about being. And I've never been more productive in my life. So, self care, right? So, self care is
Mhm.
our best health care. In my book, Me with Me, I write about that we can only give to others to the degree that we give to ourselves, and
Yeah.
that is productivity as well. When we just stop and reset, the brain, no matter how much we love our work, I love my work. I bet you love your work. No matter how much we love our work, or yeah, the brain needs to reset. It just does. The whole nervous system needs to reset. So, um, should we pause there for a minute, or should I keep going?
No, it's okay, no problem. I love listening to you today. Also,
Okay.
because let me put this way, I am in the process on that method, doing less but bring best results, so then I can do something else or pay attention or care about myself more. Because yeah, in the last 3 4 years, I have a lot of hassles, in my life. So yeah, this is the process also for me to learn that to do less but being more effective by doing less but bring the better results. Then getting busy without ending, you know.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, because then we end up in our heads. And
Mm-mm.
like for me, my genius lies in my right brain and my creativity. When I'm like
Mm-hmm.
when I'm doing things that are hands-on and somatic and I'm in nature, that's when I
Mm-hmm.
generate all the great ideas and I have the capacity to produce. And so when you take pictures, there's three there's three processes to this practice, and for all of them, when you take pictures, and I'm just using a smartphone camera because it's easy, right? I mean, if you have another camera, go for it, but it's just easy to whip out a smartphone camera.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when you take pictures with intention, which is the practice, the visible transitions practice, you're activating new neurons in the hippocampus, that part of the brain where we
Yeah,
learn.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so you're literally unconditioning yourself, and that increases productivity too, because when we live through our
Mm-hmm.
context of
Mm-hmm.
conditioning and beliefs and opinions and whatnot, it can really bog us down and have us feel resistant. And then it blocks that intuitive genius and solutions. When you're taking the pictures as well, you're activating dopamine and serotonin, the feel good hormones. So that helps to increase the productivity. And the most important piece here is that curiosity and taking a picture with intention, it brings you into a state of neutrality where you're calm and you're in a more like you're more accepting of what is,
Mm-hmm.
rather than be resistant. So for example, we have a lot of global examples right now, what I call corona apocalypse, COVID, lockdown, and I call it corona apocalypse because the unveiling of the truth of many systems that no longer work,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the truth of our relationships, the truth of ourselves and our values. Like there's so many beautiful gifts, and so politics, working from home, homeschooling, having COVID, having health issues, all of these can produce resistance. So the resistance, it's an emotion that can lead to
Mm-hmm.
resentment. It's an emotion that can lead to revenge. We're seeing that all over the country, all over the world. So the idea is to be in acceptance of what is,
Mm-hmm.
not not in denial, but in acceptance of what is.
Yeah,
And
and to think what to do next.
yeah, because when we're in an accepting space, then we're calm, and then we can take the next step. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of
So
course. Because
yeah,
it is when you are in panic condition, maybe you can make decision fast, but you don't know that the decision is good for you or not because you are emotional, you know, you are under pressure. So that's why
yes.
being on the calm state will help you to think better, you know, to see further what can we do or what we can do for the next steps, right? To make the next decision also.
Well said, yeah. Because when we're stressed out and anxious, we're blocking the answers and the
Mm-hmm.
solutions. We're blocking the next step. So this process helps you calm down right away.
Mm-hmm.
And when my clients practice these photo processes consistently, and
Mm-hmm.
they're creating great results. Even I have one client who just bought a business,
Mm-hmm.
and there were so many obstacles in that journey
Mhm.
with buying the business and personally, and with just like, okay, let's calm down, let's get present. And the resistance comes from us making up stories.
Mhm.
So when we're upset, it comes from making up a story, a narrative, um, that person is a jerk, or um, my daughter's lazy, or my room is a mess, or
Mhm.
there's lots of stories that we can make up about ourselves, lots of inner critic stories,
Mhm.
and about people, and most of the time they're not true, yet we live in that story rather than being curious. So this process helps you like dissolve. When I say dissolve the stories, it also means like
Mhm.
dissolving the opinions, your opinions and your assumptions. There's lot we there's, it's very easy to assume rather than ask a question. So let's just say I'm working at a company, and I'm assuming that my colleagues are too busy to help me, and I'm assuming my boss will be upset if I ask for help.
Mhm.
Then I'm doing everything myself, and I'm not being productive. So instead of being assuming, get curious and ask for help or ask a question. That's like a
Mhm.
really practical example.
What kind of photos do you take, and also maybe you use for healing process also?
Mm-hmm. Um, we have like 10 minutes left, right?
It's
Okay.
okay.
um, yeah, there's so one way to take pictures is to actually photograph your emotions
Mhm.
and your feelings, and you can do this by writing your feelings or emotions down and photographing that,
Mhm.
or take symbolic pictures. Maybe someone's feeling depleted, right? They're not productive, they're feeling depleted, and they see a plant, like a wilted plant. It's like so they would take a picture of that plant that represents their emotion. And it's really up to you. Like,
Oh.
you can do abstract, pantomimed, symbolic. So it's all about having fun and making it your own and being playful. And when you're taking pictures of your feelings or emotions, you're being with them. You're
Mhm.
not, you don't have that resistance, like, I don't want to feel it, or that attachment. Ooh, I want more of that. You have neither one of those. You're in this neutral, curious state, and that's the happy place. The second process is taking pictures of subtle steps, because every step is a win. We don't celebrate enough. We don't celebrate enough, and the brain hates change. So when you're taking pictures and celebrating, the brain is getting on board. It's getting on board for the next thing. And I was just talking to an attorney, and she had anxiety about her upcoming murder trial.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay. So I offered her this simple thing. I said, start taking pictures of the tiny steps you're taking towards this trial, and it's going to start calming you down. And so tracking subtle steps of progress. For me, when I was sick, it was like taking a picture of myself in bed, and then when I could finally get out of bed, I would take a picture of the bed empty where I wasn't in. Or
Oh.
it took me like almost 3 months to walk on my own.
Mm.
So I would take pictures of me and my caregivers walking, and pictures of my feet. And then when I went and walked on my own, I was like taking all these selfies of me out on the street walking. And it's celebration. We forget how to play. Like, play and curiosity and childlike wonder is so important to our health and productivity. If we're all
Mm-hmm.
serious and in our brains all the time, it's very static. And then the
Yeah,
third
yeah.
the
It
third
is amazing.
method
Yeah.
the third method is the neutrality practice. So neutralizing your opinions, your beliefs, your stories. The brain takes in data all the time, right? It takes in like what you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, and what you touch. And
Yeah.
often what we hear or see, especially the news, let's just give that some attention. We make up those stories and then we believe things. And then the belief can cause the upset, the resistance, the trigger, the stress, the anxiety, the overwhelm, or even the attachment to something that's not healthy. So what the neutrality practice does is it neutralizes all that to get you again present. And so
Mm-hmm.
you see the truth of actually what is there. And the way it's
Mm-hmm.
done is you take a picture of the thing you're upset with, and then you look at the objects. So for example, like if I was going to do the neutrality practice on you, if I was upset with you, we were in
Mm-hmm.
conversation and I was upset, I would say wall, hair, forehead, eyebrow, eye, nose, lip, chin, earring, necklace, sweater. And I would keep doing it, hair, nose, sweater, and just over and over. It just neutralizes that sting, that trigger. And then you're present and you're calmed down. And I totally recommend this to people when you're driving. don't,
Oh my
don't
God.
don't take the picture, but I'm a Bostonian. I'm very impatient. And when I get stuck
Oh.
behind a slow driver, I'm like, would you put your foot on the pedal? And then I
Yeah, but
notice
not like in here in developing country. Then you put the whole bing bing bing, something bing 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 all the time on the street.
all the time.
Believe it or not, I have been doing what you said actually without realizing that there is a kind of also like a therapeutic thing that we can do to our brain, right? But instead of doing the photo, I do some videos like the rain in front of me, when the sun is rising, and then yeah, just like last night also with the thunder and everything. But then for the photo, I don't know if I can do that when I am upset. Like this morning, I found three gray hairs on my head. I was freaked out.
There you
I
go.
don't want
That's a
to be
perfect.
on. Then I just throw it away. I didn't want to take photo, even though if you have just mentioned that is to neutralize our feeling, right, and our brain not to think about it. But then maybe if I see the picture, then maybe I will freak out again.
That is too funny. Yes.
Yes, and
Getting
then
into acceptance of the gray hair.
no,
So,
thank you. It is
so,
scary.
so I just want to clarify that we're not
Mm-mm.
neutralizing the feelings or emotions. We're neutralizing
Mm-mm.
the story or the opinion or the
Mm-hmm.
belief that creates the emotions, so that
Mm-hmm.
we no longer have the reaction, because we always want to be with the emotions and feelings, all of them.
Oh,
We don't want to label any feelings or emotions. they're
yes,
all
yes,
they're
I
all there,
agree.
right? Yeah.
But then it happens again like that. So, and I would like to ask you about something. What about the curiosity? Because I am maybe I am like you know, that I'm very impatient. And when I am curious, then I cannot sleep because my brain is very active thinking what will it be, what will it be, something like that. That's why I'm not very good with surprise. When someone told me that I have a surprise for you, then I cannot sleep because I'm thinking of it. I don't know, it's like also when you are going to go out of town the other day, you know, the next day or tomorrow, and then yeah, my brain becomes very excited and then curious and I cannot sleep. How to handle that?
Okay, great question. So what I'm sensing is that you're actually attached to
Mm.
an answer, you're attached to knowing something, and that's not
Yes,
being
yes.
curious. Okay, so
Mm.
being attached to having to know something is not being curious. So the curious
Mm-hmm.
state is, that childlike wonder, like,
Mm-hmm.
that's interesting. My friend has a surprise for me, and just like stopping there.
Mm.
And
Okay, okay.
there's a trust factor here, and just like be playful, like get really playful about these things that you need to know, because we're in a lot of unknown globally. We're in a lot of unknown, and
Mm-hmm.
so this process helps people to detach from having to know, because that's the stress, is when we're attached to having to know. Yeah, so
Oh.
just get like playful and go, that's interesting. My friend has a surprise for me, or that's interesting. I got a couple of, I'm counting
No,
three.
no, 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 please don't mention that.
Um, yeah, so just start to like, it's pausing in the curiosity, like,
Mm-mm.
just like kind of sit back for a moment and
Mm.
allow yourself to be childlike and in wonder.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay. So that
yeah.
is okay to be curious and not to know the answer right away, not to try to find the answer right away, because you know, when I'm curious, that I try to find the answer right away, so I'm very impatient. Well, I know that is not good, you know, because sometimes surprise is very beautiful, you know, that it will help me out, and it is the sign of love, also a sign of
Yeah.
caring, something like that. And then with the pictures that we take, how do we deal with it after taking the pictures? How to tell our brain that this is like the state that we don't want to attach to it, but this is the feeling that we need to accept.
Um, so you're asking what do you do with the pictures after you take them?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
Um, you can, create a folder on your phone.
Mhm,
You can make prints if you
mhm,
want. Sometimes it's really helpful for my clients to print out some of the pictures and have the pictures in their atmosphere, in their environment. Maybe
mhm.
across from the toilet or on the fridge, or like at your desk or something. Um, Maybe where you pray, and those are reminders. The the
Okay,
most
okay.
important thing is that you take the picture, because you're looking through a different lens, pun intended, right? You're looking through a different lens. So instead of looking through the context of your conditioning and beliefs and assumptions and opinions, you're looking through something very clean. And then that moment is when you start to activate new neurons in the brain, and the dopamine and serotonin. So all these photos are intentional in those three processes that I quickly described. And it's not like, I'm gonna stop and take a picture of the sunset. That's not the same kind of photo process that we're
Mm,
talking about here, right? It's gotta be intentional. Um, so taking pictures of your emotions or feelings, tracking subtle steps that you're taking, and they become wins and celebrations. Even if you're taking steps backwards, still photograph that. And then the third piece is the neutrality practice, where you take a picture of the thing you're upset with. A lot of times, I'd like, again, if you're driving, don't take a picture. And I mean, if I'm in conversation with someone and I'm triggered, I'm not going to pull out my smartphone and take a picture of them, but I'm certainly going to quietly do the practice inside. And I work with couples as well. I work a lot with families, and the parents are pretty blown away by, if the husband and wife are in conflict, one of them will start to do the neutrality practice quietly. And because what it does, that saying, like, don't feed the fire, because what we feed grows. What we put our so if there's two people going rah, 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 and the fire is getting bigger. So if one person does that neutrality practice and they come down, this person has nothing to argue with. They don't have anything no fire to feed. So then your partner or whoever you're speaking to will come down. Everyone's like, calm. So productivity again.
Yeah, and how did you find this photographic methodology, to for the transition, also to overcome fears and anxiety in the beginning?
Well, I invented it. So again, it's called Visible Transitions. And at the moment, I decided to completely surrender into humility. I received Visible Transitions first key process, which was taking pictures of my emotions and feelings. And it was at a very trying moment of my life when I wanted to quit. I mean, I was done with life, and I was down and out with adrenal exhaustion. And this information that came was a miracle response, and it was a response to a crucial need I had, and that you who are watching here may have too. So the power of photographing emotion. So what I noticed at that time was I just started calming down. I began to get return into my confidence and my personal power, and get grounded and more present. And then the second part of tracking progress came. I don't even remember how long it took for that part to come. And then the neutrality practice came. And so all three processes, once I healed, and that was 11 years ago, then I turned it into a service. And then most recently in the last year, I used it on myself, and my clients use it all the time. And last year there was another question that came. So I want to add this to your question about, oh, what if I need to know the answers and my head's spinning and it's hard to sleep. It's hard to
Too
relax.
excited.
So there's a powerful question, and that question is, what is option 3? What is option 3? And you don't ask yourself, you ask life. You're a higher power, like if you believe in any kind of higher power or life or the universe, ask it to that. And then patiently you wait for the answer. So it's a practice, right? But the way to wait, the easiest way to wait for the answer is literally just get silly and playful. Okay, I just asked what is option 3, and I put it in a bubble, and it went floating off into the universe. And again, a trust factor, right? It's like trusting.
It will be beautiful. It will be a great surprise.
It's going to be perfect and beautiful at the right time. And you'll just be amazed. And at the end of last year, all these avenues I was going down for living, like home and living, they just weren't panning out. And I knew that I needed to live in a space by myself for a while so that my brain could just really relax. And every path I was going down was not, it just wasn't working. So instead of getting upset, I got
Mm-hmm.
curious. And then it came time. I was like, okay, life, what is option three? I'm out of options. And so sit back in curiosity. And the answer was pack your car and go to the desert.
Oh, what a great discussion this today, right? And then also, but don't tell me that you have a surprise for me now, though, because I haven't practiced yet what you have been telling us. But I know our viewers today and everyone who are going to watch later. Actually, Janet has a surprise for you, and you can get her giveaway. Then please put in the comments after this, so that the people can get your giveaway right away after this.
Yes, it's a downloadable PDF. It's my gift to you. And it's
Mm-hmm.
called Three Keys to More Ease, Joy, and Confidence and Resilience. So you can build your resilience with this process. And it'll show you more about those three processes that I described today with you, Sonya. And I'll put the link in the comments and you click it and it's yours.
Thank you so much. So, what do you think about 100 Days Life with Sonya? And of course, Sonya herself, then.
Yeah, I mean, this it's been fun to watch you. I love your energy. Like
Thank
you
you.
have that natural playful energy. You already have that. Really use
Oh,
it for when you're
thank
attached
you.
to getting answers. And you're so easy to be with. I love that you created this platform for us to be of service to as many people as who want to watch. Yeah, I really appreciate it. And I'm
Yeah,
also,
I'm happy with the excitement also that the people start to see this program, and then they send me great messages, right? That this is great program and this is great platform. And I hope that everyone can meet your mentors, your coaches, your trainers in this program. Then they can the what is it?
yeah, I would love to meet
Yeah,
whoever wants to get some support. I'm
yeah, of
available.
course.
And
The
this is
right people, without spending $1,000 or something like that, then they can get the results they want to.
yes, it is a self-investing process. We co-create together, and people see if you're open, right? If you're open to the change, you will see results very quickly.
Yeah. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for being here today, Janet, and I hope that you can join the next event also, our online World Summit for live streamers, with Sonya. And then
I'm checking it out.
if you love this program, for our viewers, please do not forget to register to our coachinguniverse.anitasonya.com, our coachinguniverse.anitasonya.com. And thank you so much for our main sponsor, Livestream Universe. And today, this show is sponsored by Team Gillette.
Jim Gillette, thank
Simple. Yeah, you
you.
know him, Team
No,
Gillette,
I
Simple
just saw the
Easy Marketing.
spelling.
You should be on his program, Simple Easy Marketing podcast, and live streaming also. He is my mentor.
Beautiful.
He's a very great mentor for live streaming. And again, thank you very much for being here
Thank you,
today,
Tim.
and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.